Don't mind your business, mind my podcast, Mind Elixir. Hi, my name is Ayoka, and welcome to or back to my podcast, Mind Elixir. This episode is your guide to becoming the best version of yourself because I'm going to be telling you about my personal growth transformation plan since the summer is coming up, and I don't just want to get my life together. Well, I do want to get my life together, but I also want to transform my life for the better so that I can go back to school and continue with my life and just be, that much better. If you do not already know me, then hi, I make content on my podcast as well as on social media that centers around self-development, social issues, and more. In this episode, I'll be chatting about everything from the power of perception to habits, discipline, and so on. So let's go. However, before we get started, make sure to take notes, maybe if you want, because honestly, you can listen to however many inspirational podcast that you want, but it's all useless if you don't do anything with that information and if it just goes in one ear and out the other. And I'm saying that because I personally am guilty of that. And I think you may relate to that too. I'm not trying to shame anyone or anything like that. Just be a conscious consumer, I guess. Is it even possible to be an unconscious consumer? I don't know. But let's get started. Also, make sure to follow me on Instagram at mindelixir.podcast. I have been super active on there lately, and I think I'll probably have even more time to post and make content for Instagram. Over the summer, I post everything from positive quotes to posts spreading awareness on important topics, so make sure to check that out. Now, let's actually get into the episode. The first thing that I think is essential if you want to transform your life for the better and to bloom into the best version of yourself, grow into the best version of yourself, is to get into the mindset. Get into the hot girl mindset. Get into the self-development mindset. Like, I'm just calling it the hot girl mindset because I really have no idea of a catchy name for it. But you can call it whatever you want. Call it the confidence mindset, whatever. I don't care. You just need to get into that mindset. And what I mean by this is that you need to believe that you can transform your life and become a better person. Believe that you can achieve success and that you have the ability to do so. If you're just going to listen to this and be all hopeless and think, oh, I'll never become better or more confident in myself or my abilities or anything like that, then yeah, you most likely won't with that mindset. Because yeah, you may feel insecure or be going through struggles right now. And I think that no matter how perfect someone's life may appear, they're always going to be going through struggles, no matter how minor or major it may appear to others. But just dwelling on the struggles in your life or just dwelling on the negativity and wallowing in self-pity isn't going to get you anywhere, and it might actually make you feel worse. For example, two people can be in the exact same situation, and one of these people has a mindset of, oh, I can only go up from here. I'm going to take this situation and learn from it. And the other person thinks there's no point in trying anymore. Let me just give up. I hate my life, whatever, I don't like this. And the difference between their mindsets is what can make all the the difference between their mindsets is what can make the difference in the outcome. It can make that much of a difference in the outcome of their situations, even though they were in the same situation at the beginning. Because which person do you think is going to end up better off? Yeah, the first person who has a growth mindset, that has a mindset that they can achieve and move forward from where they are in life. So what I try to do is just embody the energy of who I am working towards being. Not that there's anything wrong with me right now, but I definitely think I can progress in some areas of my life. And oh my gosh, my nails keep clicking. I got them done this weekend. They're pink and really pretty. Y'all can probably see them if you're looking at the video on YouTube or Spotify. Let me stay focused. Anyway, I was saying I try to embody the energy of who I'm working towards being and working on being, or just progressing towards a better version of myself, because I think that there are definitely some areas within my life that I can progress in, such as leadership skills, friendships, my health, and all of that. And like there's days where I'll just be angry or sad, which causes me to react and speak impulsively. But I'm honestly working on how to not let those emotions rule over me and my interactions with other people, and to just be better at coping with them. So what I'm trying to do whenever I say like embody the energy, get into that mindset, what I'm trying to do, I act as though I am 100% that girl that's super confident with hundreds of listeners on her podcast and a 4.0 GPA, and acting like I am the main character in some high school coming of age movie that is super iconic and not just some awkward girl. Although, actually, there's nothing wrong with being awkward. Embrace your awkwardness. Embrace the cringe. The world needs more people to be awkward and like just authentically awkward, authentically themselves. Actually, that's a good episode idea. Just me living my life as an awkward black girl. Awkward black girl. I love that. Oh my gosh. Okay, and whenever I just feel less driven towards my goals, or I just notice myself getting really off task on something I'm trying to accomplish, I will ask myself, are these the best actions that I can take for my future self? Because sometimes just having that direction and knowing, okay, this is the mindset I want to have going into this can really help you and really help guide you. Also, just a quick disclaimer, although disclaimers should be at the beginning. I probably should have said that at the beginning. Anyway, I like this podcast. All of this stuff that I'm saying about mental health and like mindset is not a replacement for professional help or anything like that. Although I definitely do think that mindset is everything to start with. And like it is the foundation for so many other things in your life. At the same time, there's many contributing factors that may make it more difficult for other people to gain a better mindset. And I'm not trying to diminish or disregard the role of those. For example, if someone has clinically diagnosed depression and a literal imbalance of brain chemicals, then it definitely may be more difficult for them to just think positively. And it might then it would be for me. Like, I don't have anything like going on like that. And I don't think that people should be shamed or feel ashamed for how much or how little that they accomplish. It really all just depends on you. For some people, an accomplishment may be just starting their own business at 15 years old. Wow, a young entrepreneur. And other people, it may just be consistently cleaning their room every day or every week. We all have different accomplishments and achievements. So try not to get so stuck in that loop of comparing yourself to other people and like, oh my gosh, I didn't accomplish this, but they did that. Like, no, worry about yourself. We all have different things to be proud of. And yeah, even if it may seem little or insignificant, just try to find something to be proud of. Try to find something positive within each day. And I think positivity can help with our mindset a lot. Even if you can't just like make all of the negative things in your life go away, if you find the positive things, it can give you a bit more hope. Something else that I think is very important if you want to become a better version of yourself is finding the purpose behind the actions that you're doing. And when I say purpose, I don't mean you need some like big, grand, earth-shattering philosophy to live by. No, I simply mean that understanding why you're working towards a certain goal can help to give you focus or more direction. If you're just doing something with no focus, then that makes it really easy to quit and just find excuses to quit and give up. For example, with my podcast, I've only really started becoming more driven about it recently again because I rediscovered my purpose or my why I wanted to continue doing my podcast. Before, I had no genuine direction for my podcast. Like, yeah, I was really passionate about it and like, yeah, I wanted to do it because I just like to talk to this random microphone. But I was a bit random with my episode topics. However, I don't regret doing that because without that, I guess you could call it awkward phase, then I wouldn't be where I am now. You can't really change the past or anything like that, but the past is what makes the future and the present. So you can learn from the past. And without that part, I wouldn't be where I am now. So I'm grateful for that. And although sometimes I am tempted to delete those episodes, especially since like 2 weeks ago, I was listening to one of my older episodes and the microphone quality was so bad It was actually embarrassing. Like, I can't believe I posted that. But for now, at least, I'm not going to delete that. And sometimes it is a bit nerve-wracking to know that people will come onto my podcast, or people can come onto Spotify and just listen to my podcast, and they may listen to an earlier episode and they may think like that me from 2 years ago is how I am now, and just take like an impression of me from then and prescribe it to all of me. But that doesn't really matter. We're always changing, so it's whatever. And I really am proud of my recent episodes. I really like those, actually. And there's not much I can do except plan for the future and work on the present. I posted like a quote on my Instagram, and I was actually like, whoa, okay, yeah. Anyway, back to the purpose that I said earlier. In January, I think I basically redefined the purpose of my podcast, and I wrote out this mission statement that I think encapsulated the direction that I wanted my podcast to go in. And I wrote about how I wanted to make an impact on other teens by inspiring, informing, and motivating them towards positive change, whether that's like mental health wise, or if it's just maybe you see an episode about something like colorism and you're inspired to speak up more about colorism within your community or something like that. So yeah, because honestly, this is kind of irrelevant, but just imagine if so many people tried to be a little bit more understanding, empathetic, and compassionate, and just moved through life with compassion and tried to be like, try to understand other people's circumstances, or understand that some people may be going through things in life and stuff like that. That also goes along with mindset, just being a bit more positive and compassionate. And mind you, this whole purpose thing, it can apply to something like a passion project, a goal, or really anything that you have within your life. Maybe you want to start a sticker business and you're trying to define the purpose behind that and the thing that drives you. Or maybe you're just trying to define the purpose behind working hard in school or studying for your SATs. Like, if I work hard now, then that will pay off later. Often, like, just thinking about that delayed gratification and how what you do now, the purpose behind it, and how it can benefit you later and in the future, and how your future self will thank you for doing whatever it is. That's why oftentimes whenever I'm setting a goal, I'll usually also write down why I want to achieve the goal, or how I think the goal can benefit me. The purpose and the why behind what you do is so important. Like, why do you want to become a better version of yourself this summer? Like, why? Or whenever. I'm just saying this because it's the beginning of summer break. And habits. It's also actually important to create habits surrounding whatever it is you're trying to achieve, or habits that you think can help you become a better person. Because I feel like just having these repetitive positive actions or steps that you take within your life can be really helpful, even if they don't start off with the intention of becoming a habit, because habits set the framework for progress and greater things within your life. Small habits lead to big results. So don't be afraid to start off small. It's kind of like a snowball effect. Is that even actually a thing? I don't know. But imagine like a snowball rolling down a hill or a mountain or something like that. And it just gets bigger. So small habits lead to bigger things. For example, maybe you want to become less addicted to your phone. So you start off by just placing time limits on your most used apps. And then you move up to turning your phone off for 15 minutes before and after, before bed and in the morning. And then you move to deleting an app that you find is a bit unnecessary or time consuming. I cannot speak. And then you move to deleting an app that you find is a bit time consuming or unnecessary, like Snapchat. I don't know. And then you put a limit on the whole entire phone itself. And then you find, hey, I'm not comparing my life to other people. And now I have a bunch more free time to try out new hobbies and experience more stuff in life. So yeah, that's kind of an example of how one small habit can snowball to a bigger things, and how you should build up. You should start from small habits and then move on to bigger things. Also, I'm not trying to like demonize using a phone or anything, because I know that, of course, among my own generation, Gen Z, using phones is a must. And also, not everything people do on the phone is bad. I use my phone for communication, content creation, and reading webtoons and ebooks. So, yeah. But my point is that habits start small. I really want to drive that point home. Habits start small, but eventually they can impact you in a great way. That can even go along with negative habits, so beware of if you're accidentally getting into the habit of doing something negative that you wouldn't want to do long term. So, like, try to cut that off, stop, catch it early. But habits can really shape your life and your perceptions of things. So, yeah, build those habits. And going back to what I said about finding purpose in the things you do, whenever you're trying to implement new habits into your routine, make sure you realize and think about why you want to do them. Don't just have some meaningless habit like, I'm going to wake up at 2 a.m. because I saw a millionaire do it in their morning routine. No. Also, like, if you're used to waking up at like 6 a.m. and then you just decide to randomly wake up at 2:15 a.m. the next morning, then that's really not probably not going to work. So yeah, probably like if you would actually want to do that, then you should maybe start going to bed a bit earlier and slowly incrementing the time that you set your alarm for in the mornings. Yeah. And I think the reason that so many people fail at their goals is because they don't have the habits and the lifestyle to support it. You can't just say, I'm going to get my summer body this year. Because, like, first of all, that isn't even specific, and you're not even defining the steps that you'll take to get there. Like, what am I going to do to get this quote unquote summer body? What do I even define as a summer body? Like, am I going to work out, try to eat better, get cute swimsuits or something like that? I don't know. Also, the whole concept of a beach body or a bikini body is a bit messed up, but the patriarchy strikes again. We love him. Not really. So, yeah, like, I think I know that's cliche, but what? I can't say that. Every body is a beach body. Okay, yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Yeah, you shouldn't have to feel the need to or pressure to change your body just so you can be like summer ready to wear a bikini. That's so silly. Like, first you should become confident in your body and then like work out to make yourself feel better. And if you genuinely feel better whenever you're working out and eating right, then like that's going to be good for you, then keep doing it. You know? So if you want to transform your life this summer or anytime, I don't know whenever you're listening to this. I know I usually listen to podcast episodes out of order. Make sure to think about the habits and the steps that you can take each day to get there. What can you do each day to help you become a better version of yourself? Because I have this quote I don't even know if I made up this quote or if I got it from somewhere. I don't know. But the quote is, each action you take now is a vote for or against your future self. So your future starts now. The future is now. The future is in the making. I'm not saying to overthink every single thing you do. Like, oh my gosh, I poured 1 millimeter more of water into this water bottle. What will happen? No, but just act with intention and with purpose. Making sure to remember why you're doing what you do and like how that can help you, even if you just may feel a bit lost sometimes, like why you're doing what you're doing. And yeah, because like whenever I don't want to wake up in the morning and go to school, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to wake up at 4, what time do I wake up? 4:45, 5:45? I don't know. One of those. I think 4:45, yeah. Whenever I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to wake up so early and go to school. I know that I have to get a good education if I want to make an impact, And maybe that example is not relatable to everyone. I think that everyone's reason or purpose for doing what they do is different and changing. And some people don't even have a reason. They're just driven by passion. And I think like passion is a great thing also. Having a passion for something can be a really effective means of motivation. And I know that whenever I'm passionate about something, it makes me so much more determined to work harder on it and just do my best. Picture this. In the beginning, whenever you're trying to achieve something new, you're usually very fired up and passionate about it. You're ready to stay up late at night doing whatever you can, everything possible to achieve that goal, to launch your small business, to train for a 5K, to train for a marathon. However, soon that passion fades and you're left with little to no motivation to continue what you started. That is where discipline comes into play. Discipline is the next key thing. Discipline is about waking up and still consistently following through on those promises that you make to yourself, even whenever you don't feel like it or you don't feel the most motivated to do it. Because while motivation is a great initial starting factor, it's like the spark, I guess, the spark to the fire. It's not always going to be there. But you know what will always be there if you develop it, or develop a strong sense of it? Self-discipline. I know that finding motivation is like a really popular topic, and I think I've probably done an episode on what to do when you're unmotivated and overwhelmed, which I think is actually still very relevant. But however, I feel like not enough people touch on the importance of self-discipline. And maybe that's just because discipline does sound a bit scary. Discipline sounds like you're getting punished, but motivation, for me, that reminds me of like a pretty Pinterest board with dream boards and aesthetics and all of that. But then again, I wouldn't necessarily call discipline harsh. Maybe just uncomfortable. That's why everyone says that growth requires a bit of discomfort. And that's true. That's the whole point of stepping outside of your comfort zone. Because you can literally go look at that reel that I posted on my Instagram at mindelixir.podcast talking about this, but growth doesn't happen within your comfort zone. And you're going to miss out on a lot of opportunities in life and finding passions or new things within your life if you just stay within your comfort zone. If you just stay within your comfort zone and you constantly choose to stay where it's comfortable because you're afraid of that discomfort. Discomfort, delayed gratification, all of these things can help you move forward and progress in life. And the reason I find discipline so important is because discipline is something that you can build and keep with you as a continual driving force for pursuing your passions, for working on personal growth and personal development in any area of your life. But motivation, it's there for a minute and then it's gone. It's not what's going to keep you going in the long term. When you develop consistency with your routines, with your habits, with whatever it is, then you don't need to rely on motivation because consistency means sticking to your habits. Even if you don't feel like it, consistency is about doing what you know is best for you. Even if you don't feel the most motivated or energized to do it in that moment, because you know it will pay off in the end. The thing about consistency is that it's better to do those small habits every day or on a consistent basis instead of committing to a super hard thing in the beginning and then missing it a bunch of days and giving up on it. Maybe you want to start working out more often. You wouldn't start off with a 1 hour workout every day, or at least I don't think you would. You wouldn't start off with a super intense 1 hour workout. You'd probably start off small, 5 minutes of movement a day, something super simple, so that it's easier for you to do and you can build up to it. That's going back to the thing I said about starting off small with habits. So you can start off small with something you do every single day. Like me, I was working out every day, kind of. Basically, one of my goals at the beginning of the new year was to work out. And yeah, I've been pretty consistent with that. And that's another thing that I'm proud of myself for. I've been working out every day, just those small YouTube workouts, nothing super intense, 10 minutes a day, every day. And then last month in April, I moved up to 15 minutes a day, every day. And that's something that I've been able to do. So yeah, choose discipline over motivation. Because when motivation fails, discipline comes to help and support you. So yeah, that's something that I'm trying to develop, a little bit more self-discipline. Now, I know that this may be a lot of information and you might be thinking, okay, Ayoka, now that I know all of that, how the heck am I supposed to be applying that to my life? And how do I bring that all together? How do I make it work? Well, No need to worry, no need to fret. I'm now going to tell you about a few of the specific ways that I'm trying to transform my life over the summer. And just beyond that, beyond the summer. I keep saying the summer because it's summer break and school ends in one day, and I'm super excited. By the time you're listening to this, Stranger Things season 4 will be out, and I will be out of school. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm going to be talking about how all of this is actually related to what I said. What I'm calling them, the 4 pillars: mindset, purpose, habits, and discipline. I'm already basically in the mindset for this, but getting physically fit is something that I'd like to do to become a better version of myself. Just because I think that, first of all, doing exercise can help boost your mood, make you a bit happier, and just knowing that your body is strong and can take on these challenges and doing these things and pushing yourself is really great. And that's kind of my purpose, my why behind why I want to get fit. It's not just about looks or anything like that. No. I guess that could be a part of it, but I don't really think I'd probably have to work out a lot to change the way I look. So that's not really the driving factor for me. But with the whole habits thing, I basically started off with YouTube workouts, as I already told you earlier in this episode. And I convinced my dad. I told him I needed to get a gym membership. So I got a gym membership to LA Fitness. So I'm going to try to be going there on the weekends. I'm not really sure. I don't really have a schedule for that, but maybe Saturday and Sunday or something like that, whenever my parents can drive me there, because I currently cannot drive. And also to go along with the habits and consistency and the discipline, I've actually created a workout split, although I need to do a bit more research for that, because obviously I want to do resistance training, but I am not like the most educated on that. So I've created basically a workout split, which is a workout routine that I have for the gym that I want to do. So yeah, to help me become a bit more disciplined with that, with going to the gym whenever I start to go to the gym. Another thing that I like to do is get ready for college. Yeah, I already have the mindset that I can do this, but I just need to actually do it. Because the other day, I was at this thing for school, like I guess an end of the year school get together, and they were talking about all the scholarships they were giving these seniors. And there was also a little event for the seniors that got top 1%. And I'm like, dang, I need to get my life together in school wise and out of school wise if I want to succeed. I mean, I guess obviously you can still succeed. Grades aren't everything, but that is something that I want to do. And over the summer, so that's kind of my purpose. I've already defined that. And over this summer, I'm thinking of probably just creating going more in depth into my college research list. I already have a page I created on Notion where I just talked about where I just wrote down the colleges, the price, stuff like that. But I need to go more in depth with that. And then also with this whole preparing for college thing, I have an SAT prep course. And in order to keep consistent with that, in order to keep me, I guess, maintain a bit more self-discipline, the SAT prep course, it's actually it's not, I know I already told you I was doing something on Khan Academy, but this SAT prep course is something that my parents paid for. So I'm kind of required to go there. So just having that, the fact that I'm required basically holds me a bit more accountable to doing it. And plus I think the SAT, if you score high on it, that can really help you get into a good college. So yeah, I'm excited for that. And hopefully I learn a lot from that. Another thing that I'd like to do is grow my podcast community. Like I said before, I really like my podcast. I think I think it's moving in the right direction. We're going in the right direction so far. And I think with the summer coming up, there's a lot more time for the things that I can do with this podcast, and I can hopefully create more content for it and stuff like that and just plan ideas. I actually kind of wanted to do a series because if you saw on Instagram, I did this like wellness challenge on Instagram, and that was super fun to see everybody participating in that. But I'd also like to maybe do a podcast series. I don't know. Like, what would it even be about? I don't know. And I already told you the purpose of my podcast, making an impact on other teens' lives, or just talking so like other teens can kind of have someone to listen to, because I know often like to listen to podcasts because it's kind of like having a friend to listen to, and I like that. So if I can be like that for someone else, then that'd be nice. That would be nice, I guess. And with the habits, I think I have been I have been getting back into that consistency, that routine of my podcast. And the discipline, yeah. The whole discipline thing with my podcast is the fact that I never want to record and I never want to edit. But then whenever I do start recording and whenever I do start editing, it's like I can't stop. It's just like I have to get over that hump, the bump or something, whatever you want to call it. It's like I didn't even want to record right now, but I'm like, girl, recording isn't that bad. I don't know why I always make it out to be like something I don't like when I do like it. It's weird. My brain is weird. So yeah, I think I have been doing pretty good with that. Another thing for becoming a better version of myself this summer is to just gain a bit more independence with my own life and like learning how to take care of myself better. And I already have the mindset to do this, of course. Like, I already know why I want to do it. And then my purpose, my why behind this is because independence. I'm going to be going to college soon. And, well, yeah, soon. Is it soon? 16, 17, 18. So I guess maybe in 2 years I'm going to college. Oh my gosh, that's scary now that I'm thinking of it. Whew, let me calm down. But independence. So I'm going to be going to college and I'm not going to be able to rely on my parents for everything. So some of the habits that I like to build are financial literacy, maybe like having my own income source. If this podcast gets big, then I could possibly monetize it. Not with like a million annoying ads. Like I hate those podcasts where they just add like an ad, like 3 ads at the beginning before you've even gotten started. Like, girl, I want to listen to the episode. Why are you adding all these ads? Adding ads. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. But maybe monetize my podcast or get a job or some other, in money source of income, like an internship. But there are no internships that I could even find. So maybe next year. And then I'd also like to learn how to do my own nails, like acrylics or something like that. Because obviously I don't really have my own money source, but I love getting my nails done. And I'd like to learn to do my own hair because I have 4C hair and I don't want to have to go to like these hairdressers and it's like see them mess up my hair or anything like that. I need to learn how to do it. Like I have this doll that's kind of not a doll, but it's a styling head and she is kind of creepy. I named her something, but I forgot what I named her. But basically it's a styling head for practicing hair. So I can just practice like cornrows, box braids and stuff like that. Maybe I'll create like a routine for myself, this habit. I'll like do 1 cornrow on the head each day, something like that. And then I'll eventually move to doing my own hair because I really need to learn to do my own hair. It's actually kind of concerning that I don't know how to do it. And then I also like to learn how to drive because driving is a huge part of gaining your own independence. I do have my own learner's permit and I'm supposed to be going every Sunday to drive with my mother, but that has not been working out, but we'll see over the summer. And hopefully I can get my driver's license soon whenever I learn how to actually drive because right now I really do not know how to drive. Like I can't even park, but it's okay because we'll progress. And that's what matters. Another thing that I'd like to improve upon in my life is just becoming more compassionate towards others as well as myself, speaking kindly. I know that like mindset, we already talked about that, mindset of positivity and speaking kindly to yourself. And I think that also, this is kind of like interconnected. I think that showing yourself, like having self-discipline is part of being kind to yourself. like having the discipline to do whatever it is that you know will make you a better person, you're basically showing kindness to yourself. You know, I don't even know if that makes sense, like if I'm conveying my point across, but if you understand me, please let me know. And yeah, some things behind this is just like my purpose behind this is just because I feel like this can help to lead to confidence and, maybe making more friends and becoming more social and stuff like that. And just developing those skills within my life. And some habits that I think can help with this is communicating more with people in my school. It's kind of sad how it's the end of the year and I'm only just now like starting to open up and talk to more people. But, at least I'm doing that now. Better late than never, I guess. And also just a monthly journaling, like a reflective thing. I just open this page and ask myself these reflective questions. And I know that I said that I would possibly do monthly reflections on my podcast, but I'm not so sure about that. Maybe I will. I don't know. And also writing in my diary whenever I feel that's necessary. I'm not really going to hold myself to a certain standard for that because some days I feel like there's more stuff I want to write and some days there's less. And then I also want to do gratitude at least weekly because finding more things to be grateful for in life, whenever you find things to be grateful for in life, then you start noticing all of the positive things in life more easily, I think. And I actually made an episode all about gratitude, so go listen to that if you haven't. And yeah, those are basically a few of the things that I think I can do to help become a better person, become the best version of myself, the version of myself that's kind, compassionate, willing to learn and improve and progress, all of that. Oh my gosh, I just thought of a quote. Okay, sorry, this is kind of late to add, but whenever I was talking about the comfort zone and all of that, there's this quote I saw. It said the pain of rejection. Okay, no, that's not the quote. The pain of regret is stronger than the pain of rejection. And this goes along with the comfort zone because if you want to do something, just go for it. Like if you just decide to not do something and you're like, oh my gosh, you're held back because it's like outside of your comfort zone and you're afraid, then you're going to end up thinking, oh my gosh, what if I had gone ahead and did that? Like, what if I'd done this? What if I'd done this? But if you get rejected, at least you'll know, at least you'll have an answer to that question and it won't just be lingering in your mind and have you agonizing over it. I hope I made that point clear. I know it was a bit late to add that. And I want to say that the journey to improving yourself, to becoming the best version of yourself, finding who you are, achieving your passions and your dreams isn't some easy, perfect thing. There will be bumps and setbacks along the way. And after all, I am still a teen and I have a lot to learn. But I want to start doing what I can now as a sophomore in high school, turning into a junior, so that I can be happier in the present and the future as well. Just making the best life for my future self. And I think it's the overall progress that matters. Progress over perfection, always. So don't be too hard on yourself. I also wanted to share this quote that has a solid iron grip on me. I literally have it on my Notion homepage too. The quote is, "You suffer from one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret." And that's kind of similar to the quote I just shared about comfort zones. But I really like this. And this quote kind of serves as a guiding force for me because I'm always thinking, hey, do I want to do it? If I do this now, then I won't have the regret later on. So I might as well do it. Might as well go for it, So yeah, I think there was something else I wanted to say, but I forgot it. Ugh, I got distracted. Why do I always get distracted during my episodes? Whenever I'm recording. And then after I'm recording, I'm probably going to listen to this and be like, Ayoka, that's what you wanted to say. Why didn't you say it? Anyway, I'm trying to think. I don't know. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, or let me know what you think in the YouTube comment section. As usual, all of my socials and contact information is in the episode description. If you'd like to do a collab, you can also email me or DM me on Instagram. And also you can DM me on Instagram to let me know how you're planning to improve your life over this time, or if you have any feedback for this episode. Thank you so much for listening and, taking 40 minutes out of your day, however long this episode is, to listen to me talk and ramble about self-improvement and becoming the best version of yourself. So yeah, have a lovely rest of the day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.